We are so back, just like we never left. Caleb Williams, QB1, had himself a fantastic day of practice, and the Bears offense cooked today at OTAs. What's going on, guys? I'm back with another Chicago Bears offseason update video, which I'll be doing throughout this entire offseason. Also, when training camp rolls around in only a couple months, I'll be having daily videos covering those practices as well. But yeah, OTAs are still going on right now. These are voluntary OTAs. You don't have to be here, but the majority of the team has been here most days, so it's good to see that high attendance. And media was there today at practice, so we thankfully know what happened. It seems like the media is only there once per week, so we really only get these updates about once per week, which kind of sucks. And last week I made a video about how the Bears offense did not have a good day of practice. The Bears defense dominated that day, and it seems like today was the exact opposite, because according to basically all the reports from media reporters out there, Caleb Williams looked very sharp and very accurate on all of his throws to all areas of the field. And yes, whenever I make these videos, I have to preface this by saying it is only practice. We are only talking about practice, not the game, only practice. So don't overreact too much to the negatives or to the positives, but I still make these videos because people like to hear what is happening when football news is so dead right now in the off season. But yeah, getting to what Caleb did today. So according to Nicholas Moriano, he said completely different results today in 7-on-7s for Caleb Williams. Only one incomplete pass, which happened on the final rep. Williams' best pass was a deep touchdown throw to DJ Moore in the middle of the field. His second best throw was a nice layer throw to John Jackson near the left sideline. Rome Odunze ran a vertical route against Terrell Smith down the right sideline, and Odunze drew a pass interference call. Zach Pearson also had similar things to say. He said in 7-on-7s at Caleb Williams, with only one incompletion, he completed 13 of 14 attempts with a touchdown to Moore. DPI on a ball to Rome Odunze. Courtney Cronin said better day for Caleb Williams and the Bears offense. Couple anticipatory throws to DJ Moore during 7-on-7s. 3 periods of 7-on-7s. He was 5 for 5 in the last 2, and he also had a game-winning drive apparently. Okay, according to Sean Hammond, he said that during OTAs today, Caleb Williams led the Bears on a game-winning drive in a 2-minute drill. Down by 2, he found DJ Moore for a big gain. Cairo Santos knocked in a 40-yard field goal as time expired. Now keep in mind, there were guys out on defense. Jalen Johnson, Montez Sweat, two of the Bears' best defenders, were not playing, but Keenan Allen also was not playing on offense. I believe I saw Nate Davis also still not practicing. So, you know, guys out on both sides. It seemed like the defense had more guys out, so the offense definitely did have an advantage. But the last bad practice that the offense had, they were missing a lot of guys on offense, and the defense had virtually all their guys in. And this is what's supposed to happen, okay? Obviously, if one side has an advantage, the other side of the ball should take advantage and play better, and that's exactly what the Bears offense did today, okay? Caleb looked fantastic, it seems like, nearly flawless. I mean, completed every single pass except for one, which drew defensive pass interference. That is what you have to do, being the #1 overall pick and being such a fantastic quarterback prospect. Caleb Williams is the most talented quarterback prospect the Bears have ever had, so he is expected to have a lot of good practices like he did today, and it's exciting seeing him put it all together in a Bears uniform, albeit only in practice right now. But if we were going to overreact to the negatives last week, we have to overreact to the positives too, and it's very exciting seeing what exactly he is capable of. I really love that they talked about the layer throws and the anticipatory throws, because that's one area where our previous quarterbacks have lacked in the past. Being able to throw the ball before the receiver gets out of their breaks, being able to layer a throw in the middle of the field with the right touch on the ball, with the right amount of velocity on the ball. Okay, there's so much that goes into playing quarterback that's just so much more than pure arm strength or pure physical talents, right? I mean, Caleb has the physical talent, but you have to know how to use that physical talent. And in college football, he knew how to use that physical talent. That's why he won the Heisman in 2022 and why he was a #1 overall pick in this draft. But at the NFL level, this does take some practice. But if he can, you know, string together these good practices of being on time, throwing with the anticipation, and just working on that chemistry with his receivers, it's going to translate when the games start too, coming up this September. Matt Eberflus also talked about what he saw in Caleb Williams today in his press conference. He said that he thought he threw on time and his footwork has improved throughout the week, which is a good sign. I mean, all this is so new to Caleb right now, where he's learning a brand new playbook, learning all the strengths and weaknesses of his teammates, learning how his footwork can be better at the NFL level, working with a brand new coach in Shane Waldron. He's actually worked with Shane Waldron in the past as part of QB Collective, but this is the first chance he's getting to really extensively work with Shane Waldron within the Bears' new playbook. And there's going to be a lot of ups and downs. It's impossible to learn everything your first year in the NFL. So I'm not expecting perfection out of Caleb, but there should be a lot of high-level play from him just because he was such a great prospect in college football and because he's being surrounded by such a stable and good situation with this Bears offense. So really exciting stuff, man. There was no doubt in my mind that Caleb was going to rebound after last week's bad practice because he's such a good player. And good players do not have multiple bad practices in a row. They usually fight back and get even on the defense, and that's exactly what Caleb and the offense did today. Moving on to another offensive side of the ball storyline, Rome Odunze is back fully and healthy in OTAs. Courtney Cronin said OTA number 6 is in the books. Rome Odunze was on the field in full capacity, as full as you can get when the team isn't in pads, after dealing with a hamstring injury the last few weeks. Really important to get Rome Odunze back and healthy because your rookie year, you have a lot to learn, and being off the field, you can't really learn as much as you can actually being on the field running your routes. And it seems like Rome is fully back and healthy, which I love to see. He's going to be a big part of the Bears offense even in 2024 during his rookie year. And I'll put a video on the screen right now of a fantastic throw from Caleb to Rome Odunze right over the head of Tyreek Stevenson. And Tyreek Stevenson is no slouch himself. He had himself a fantastic second half last year of his rookie year. So to get this win on this rep against Tyreek, for Rome Odunze, and also for Caleb to throw such a fantastic ball right in the hands of Rome Odunze, perfect ball placement, perfect timing. I mean, this is the type of play that you love to see if you are a Chicago Bears fan. This is the type of play you could see many times over the next 10 years, I hope, 10, 15 years, if you are a Bears fan, if these guys' careers go according to plan. So really good stuff from Rome, man. He's going to be a monster in this offense. I still can't believe we actually got him at pick number 9. This only happened because we got lucky that there were 2 other great receivers in this class and a lot of great quarterbacks as well. So shout out to Ryan Poles for selecting him at pick number 9. But going to the next story, also on the offensive side of the football, basically all my stories today are only going to be about the offense because the offense, practically won the day today. I'm talking about the center battle. So Zach Pearson said that Eberflus was asked about Ryan Bates and Coleman Shelton each having reps as a first-team center so far in OTAs. Bates was center 1 last week, Shelton center 1 this week. Eberflus said, we've been rotating some. So this gives me the impression that there's going to be a legit competition at center this training camp period for the Bears, as there should be, I feel like, right? Because we traded for Ryan Bates, gave up a 5th-round pick, but we also signed Coleman Shelton to a 1-year deal, and neither of them have been very proven in the NFL, I would say. Coleman Shelton definitely started more games than Ryan Bates has at center, but Shelton was not great in pass protection last year. He was pretty good in 2022, but not great in pass pro last year, while Ryan Bates has been, a backup for the most part. Started some games at center, started a lot of games at guard too when he's had to fill in. But the point is, none of these guys are penciled in as a starter just yet. It's going to depend on who has a better training camp, any better preseason, and I just really hope that one of them, whoever wins a job, can be at least adequate in 2024. Okay, I really was wanting us to draft a center, which did not happen, but we did, at least trade for Ryan Bates and sign Coleman Shelton. So Ryan Poles did do something about the center spot, but I'm not totally convinced just yet that we have the long-term answer at center, and that is a little bit scary for having a rookie quarterback. That center play can be pretty important in front of you, so you can step up in the pocket and not have to worry about, bad snapping and stuff like that. That's something our other rookie quarterbacks have really had to struggle with when Justin Fields had, I believe, Sam Mustipher starting that year, and Fields never really had good center play his entire career in Chicago. Lucas Patrick was bad. Cody Whitehair was bad for him too. So I'm really hoping that Caleb can get that stable center play up front. It's going to depend on, again, these practices and training camp to see who actually wins the starting center job. And lastly, guys, I do want to end this video by talking about the Bears being selected to be on Hard Knocks in 2024, the training camp edition of Hard Knocks. I actually did predict this because I released a video just last week of what the intro could look like for the season, along with the Hard Knocks music in the background, so check that out if you haven't already. But I am super excited about this, okay? I was wanting the Bears to be on Hard Knocks. I've wanted the Bears to be on Hard Knocks for a long time, but George McCaskey has been so opposed to it and has gotten away from doing it every single year, but not this year. They finally got George to do what he does not want to do and have the Bears on Hard Knocks, but it seems like the players are okay with this and even excited with the opportunity to be shown in front of the national audience. Courtney Cronin said that Matt Eberflus said Bears players were excited when they learned that the team will be on Hard Knocks, giving Caleb Williams experience with heavy media attention throughout his college career. Eberflus said he feels the QB will be well suited for it. He's comfortable in his own skin. He knows who he is. He'll be good. And I 100% agree with that statement. Okay, anybody worried about distractions and this, distracting the team, I feel like is living in an era which we're not living in anymore. It's 2024, guys. All these athletes, especially Gen Z, has been around a camera their entire lives. Okay, Caleb Williams especially, he went to college at USC, one of the biggest colleges in the country in Los Angeles, was the Heisman Trophy winning quarterback. Like, you guys think he's not used to the media attention, to the pressure? Obviously he is, and the other players too are pretty used to the media attention at this point, guys. I mean, again, it's 2024. Like, we have cameras in our faces all the time. The Bears are constantly filming practices for the 1920 Football Drive episodes they release every single month. And yes, that's a little bit different because it's different having a third party film you versus your own organization film you, because you can't hide all the bad parts. But come on, guys, like, it's going to be a lot of fun. I don't think it's going to distract the team that much. And the Detroit Lions were on Hard Knocks just a couple years ago, and the entire country fell in love with them because of them being on Hard Knocks. They saw the human side of all the players and also of Dan Campbell. I think a similar thing could happen with the Chicago Bears, especially of Caleb, who is a very scrutinized quarterback in the media. I think seeing the behind the scenes of him and how competitive, down to earth, and nice he is as a person, that might help his public image in some ways. And yes, I'm sure Caleb does not care about his public image and what random weirdos on Twitter think about him, but it's going to be cool to see, hopefully, America fall in love with the Bears just like we have been in love with the Bears our entire lives. But leave your comments down below, guys. What did you guys think about the updates from today's OTA practices? We have more OTAs coming, I believe, next week. Not sure how long the media is going to be there. They're probably going to be there one day if I had to guess. So be on the lookout for another video coming up next week. But leave your comments down below. As always, bear down.